What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. Man, do we got a good one for you today. Like my man Steve Harvey done say, it's Nikki Glaser. Love Nikki Glaser. She has a new special coming out on HBO. She also has F-Boy Island 2 that's going to come out in the summer. And she also have her own reality show coming out on E! You have to watch everything that she does because I love her to death. She's a very old friend, near and dear to my heart, who is so funny on the stage, off the stage, and is a sweet, wonderful person that's also on tour. Go check her out. And your boy is on tour. AndrewSantino.com for those tickets. I'm going to be going to Vancouver, then Lake Tahoe. I'm doing Montclair, New Jersey. I'm doing Niagara Falls on the U.S. side. And I got to tell you something. A lot of LA people are like, hey, when are you doing an hour in LA? I'm doing an hour on May 7th. May 7th. I'll be doing an hour at the Palace Theater, downtown Los Angeles. Come on out, LA. Show who you are. You keep saying you want me to do a show in LA. I'm doing a long show, May 7th. But all these tickets are at AndrewSantino.com, AndrewSantino.com. Also, I want to give a shout out to everybody watching on the YouTubes. Thank you so much. Like it, subscribe it. Share this. It's important. If you keep sharing the Whiskey Ginger, we keep doing it, so it keeps spreading the love all around. Share these episodes with other people, and leave comments below for the algorithm. Show that love. We appreciate you. AndrewSantino.com for those tickets. Come see your boy live. I won't be on the road after this for a long time. This is going to be it, because then I'm shooting season 3 of Dave. And I need a little breaky break. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Let's go to the episode.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it once again today. It's Nikki Glaser. Oh my God, Nikki Glaser.
Hi.
You're back. We're in a new studio, but you're back.
I'm back.
And
good to be here.
Your life has changed dramatically. Last time since I saw you, you adopted 4 kids.
Yeah. Wait, that was supposed to be.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know about
Is that
that.
a personal?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's in the
because
open now.
Well, I adopted them and I rescued them and I gave them away, which you're not supposed to do, but I just couldn't handle it.
So you fostered a couple of kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was supposed to be an adoption. That's my biggest fear in adopting is that I'm going to be like, can I get them back?
You want to give them away.
Like
Yeah.
because of my dogs, I rescued 2 dogs and then I was like, ugh.
Oh.
But I gave them to good homes.
See,
I
that's
think
sweet.
it's good to know when you can't do it with these animals. Just not to just stick it out and give them a shittier life than they deserve. Find a better home for them.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes it doesn't work out. I mean, I've had a lot of friends that have given up their kids and dogs. I've had a
Yeah.
couple of buddies that have given away kids, or they
Really?
just leave. Well, you just run away. You can run away from your family.
Oh yeah. I mean that's an
There's
option for you
There's
guys.
so many.
That's the nice thing.
Well, there's
God,
so
I
many
wish-
ways to just get away from it all.
I'm like
Women can leave their families too.
they absolutely can. It's a bad look in both ways, but I am at this point in my life where thinking about having kids and like if I want that, it's just it would be nice to be a man to be like I'm 37 and that's like an age where as a woman it's like not that cute to go like I don't know if I want them. People are just like it's not gonna really be up to you.
Well, do you?
that much longer.
Did you put your eggs inside of the
No,
freezer?
I actually looked up into that. The 18% of there's an 18% chance that you can even get pregnant from frozen eggs, and that
Wow.
is before you're 35. After 35, that even goes. I thought that the odds were a lot. If you freeze your eggs, the chances are a lot higher than that, and that's 18% that you get pregnant. That you keep pregnant, that's even lower. So I'm just like
no.
putting myself through all of that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not really worth. And
I'm
it's
looking
painful,
into
right?
burning them.
You burn your eggs?
Yeah.
So if you burn your eggs, is there a ritual or a ceremony that goes along with the burning of the eggs?
No. I think it's it's a celebration that
Yeah.
you never have to have that conversation again of are you going to do it? I would adopt though. I feel like I think that men get to be like I don't know if I want kids like because you don't know sometimes until your 40s if you are able to handle it and financially ready for it. But I feel like, as a woman, I just have to pass up that opportunity. I'm like dating someone and I recently was like, do you want is it gonna, because right now we both don't want kids. I'm like, is it gonna be a deal breaker for you someday? If you do want kids, do you want them, You're going to want them to be your own because mama can't do that for much longer. I'm going to
Maybe
have to
you
freeze
can.
them.
You might have some fucking
I've
remarkable
never been
eggs.
pregnant. I've never even had like a scare. So
Never
I'm
had
kind
no
of,
scare?
I'm scared. Of
You've
that.
never had I gotta go.
One time I was like, I might, like girls kind of, I don't want to speak for all of us, but we kind of get excited when we might be pregnant because you're just like, my body can do it. Even if you would have to, have a procedure, you're kind of,
Yeah.
not that I want to have an abortion, but there's something about like, my body could do it, but I don't know if it can.
I think it still can. I mean, it just my instinct. I'm pretty good with feeling out people, and I feel like you can still produce. Yeah.
All right, good.
It's just something about you, your gait, the way you carry yourself, your walk, your stature.
Oh,
you seem like
childbearing
someone
hips.
Well, I didn't say anything about your physical presence, not your body, but the way you carry yourself.
Oh, thanks.
Just someone that you just got this swagger about you. You're like Hilaira Baldwin. You could have kids late into life.
Wow, thank you.
You look like her. You kind of seem like you've got her same vibe.
How you say thank you?
See? See, how do I say to this man, love you?
Dude, when that all went down, I had done the Alec Baldwin roast, and at one point I said some joke about like Hilaria. I was like, oh, it's, she's so beautiful, getting screamed at burns calories or something, based on her marriage. And then I go, your wife, Hilaria, because that's what the producers told me it was pronounced. I didn't want to fuck it up.
I say Hilaria.
And he goes, Hilaria. And I go, oh, that's so stupid. And this was before the name that any of that stuff came out.
Right.
I was just being racist. I didn't know she was white. I just thought it was dumb.
Sometimes a little bit of racism goes a long way. Sometimes it's the root of everything. But honestly,
I was like, yes. Oh, when that came out that she was not Spanish. I mean, I didn't think I was being racist. I just thought it was like.
Isn't her real name like Kelly or some shit?
It's
like
Hillary, I think.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was not even near the joke one.
Oh, man.
So you're Nike.
Yeah.
Andresa Nike today on the show. How do you say?
Do you ever go by Andy?
For a short amount of time, embarrassingly, I did.
You like chose it and were like, I'm Andy now,
No,
guys.
see, it gets kind of put on you.
Right.
It's weird.
If you're cool.
I hated it, but it got put on me, and then at some point, well, because here's the thing. Everyone calls me Santino. You call me Santino.
Mm-mm.
You don't call me Andrew. When was the last time you called me Andrew?
Yeah, that's weird. Santino, you're right.
Yeah.
I was like, do I call you anything? To your face, I don't know what I call you, but behind your back,
Well, you call me Sugar Baby Doll. You call me my Sugar Baby Doll. Gumdrop.
baby.
My baby. No, but everyone has called me Santino my whole life. So
Yeah.
Andrew.
God, that's a cool guy going by his last name. That means you've always been kind of cool.
Well, it's a cool last name. Even if I was a nerd, Santino is still a cool. But yes, I am a dick slinging athlete, cool guy.
Were you cool in high school? Yep.
No,
There
you
we
know
go.
what? No, you know what it was. I liked drugs, but I also played sports. So I was kind of
So,
cool with
yes.
the jocks, and I was cool with the users.
I feel like most comedians were floaters.
Yeah, I didn't belong in a group. So like the popular group was not a part of them because I wasn't attractive. So like I wasn't hot enough to be in the popular group.
Likewise.
But I wasn't ugly enough to be with the scum.
Yes.
With, I wasn't low enough to be with.
I was funny enough for the popular group to be like, we like you around sometimes.
You're pretty cool.
Like, you kind of say weird things and you're hilarious and like kind of weird.
But you're not as hot as
But you're
us.
not. Yes, exactly. And you're awkward.
But now we're hotter than all
and
them.
I was desperate.
Now we're hotter than all you fucking
Suck
losers.
it, Brittany Mac. No, she's actually really nice
Oh,
to me
that's so
now.
funny. It's a direct name. Who's the girl who had the boobs before everybody else? What was her name? You know her
Megan.
name. Megan.
Mm-hmm.
And she was stacked.
You know what?
Did all the boys like her?
Yes. They came in 6th grade. I think she got her boobs. And I remember I feel like a lot of comedians, did you used to like observe the popular kids? Did you want to be popular?
No, I want you to finish what you're saying.
Yes,
but
I do.
I didn't because it felt overwhelming. Like they were so kind of always. It was always like a.
I couldn't have handled it.
They were
but I
too
wanted
cool. It was like they were too cool, and their parents were involved, and my parents were the opposite. My parents both worked. Like if there was school shit, my dad would be like, "What? Get a ride."
Oh.
Like they didn't. There
I thought
wasn't.
you were going
like
to say if there were school shootings, my dad would have been like, what?
my
Get
dad
a
would have been
ride
like,
home.
"Take my gun. Take my guns, dude." No, I just feel like my dad's Theo Vaughn. I feel like they were so involved, their families, and we didn't live in the cool
Oh.
neighborhood. We didn't live near the school.
So you were like, if I got popular, there would be so much stuff that I would have to hide.
They would know that I'm not
I wouldn't be able to keep it.
part of their clique, because I think all their parents knew each other, all the cool kids. We weren't like that, dude. My parents are drunks.
Interesting.
We're party animals over in our own little
Oh,
nook.
right. Do they still drink?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay.
Irish people don't give it up.
It makes so much sense. Everything about you.
You know what's so funny? Everyone's sober. This is also why on Whiskey Ginger we're not drinking. Another guest that doesn't drink.
I'm sorry.
No, everybody's sober, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because as I get older, all my friends are getting sober. And then a piece of me thinks, oh, should I get sober? And then I think, well, as long as I've kind of kept it kosher, no.
As long as you're not miserable. I mean, I think
well, no,
you
I'm
should get
miserable.
Oh.
But it's not the booze.
You think I mean it's never about the booze. That's the thing. It's never the booze. It's not
I'm
not the booze.
miserable.
It's not the pot.
I'm fine.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If you're not miserable and you're not depressed and it's not unmanageable, that's what they say in kind of like the 12-step
Are
thing.
you going through the program still?
I go through the program for other things.
Sex addiction.
Who knows? I'm not going to say. But I have other, like,
How anonymous
for me,
is it, though?
It is. It's, you know what? People don't understand, like, the anonymity of these things. I didn't understand it because I'd be like, well, if it works, why wouldn't you tell everyone? When I first got in these kinds of things, I was like, I want to tell everyone about this because it's the best thing. It's the only thing that has helped me in this area of my life. You know, the drinking I was able to let go by reading that Alan Carr book. I've talked about it a million times,
Yes.
but it just worked for me. And that doesn't work for everyone. Smoking, same thing. Pot, a little different. But
You still smoke pot,
no, I quit in August.
but you eat it?
No. Oh, no, I never. Eating it, I gave up long before because Rogan told me it's a different drug
It is.
than smoking it. I
Yeah.
thought they were the same thing.
No way.
They are, but people don't know that
The
because
way your body processes it is uniquely different because the
it's a
smoke going
totally
into your
different drug.
yeah, the air sacs and the blood from your lungs. The
I
way
love that feeling.
So me too.
Oh, eating it, I'm just like, ugh, it's too I want immediate. I am someone who needs immediate gratification. As comics, I feel like we don't want something. If we didn't,
You don't want to
we
tell a
would not
joke and
do-
then laugh at it 20 minutes later.
No,
I want to laugh right
I
now.
need to know right now. I need to feel that dopamine hit of like, you like me right now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want everything right now. But I will say that in those, the anonymity thing, which I didn't understand, it's about because if someone is, and so many addicts are not anonymous. And it's so funny. There's so many people in the program that just like don't hear that part of it. They just will, and they talk about it all the time. And it's fine because we all do it. But I understand. I never got it because I was like, if it works, why doesn't everyone tell anyone? And it's because if someone is like, I'm in AA and it worked for me, and then they fall off the wagon, suddenly this program has like this guy as the spokesperson. It's clearly it didn't work.
Yeah.
And so that's why. And also, I just want to go to those meetings and not have anyone know who I am. And if they do know who I am, it's just known, like, we don't address that.
But you're famous. People do know who you are.
I don't feel in those rooms, there's no difference between me and I've seen mega famous people in those rooms, and there's just no
Name some of them.
offline.
We'll put up a list right here of all the
I
famous
don't-
people.
That's the hardest part is like, it's really a test of like, why are you here? Because I see those people and I instantly want to tell my friends about like, guess who was there and guess what they said about this. But I don't, because for some reason I just really.
Well, you should
it's just
protect
this-
them.
It's a really nice place to be where you just hear really, and as a comic, it's honestly, I talk in there so honestly, and people sometimes are shocked by what I will say, but it's an extension of what I am like on stage, and it's made me a better comic because I thought I was being honest on stage and on podcasts and just like saying it like it really was, but I wasn't really being on. I mean,
You were
there
were
were so
being-
many comics that live by this like code of like, I just tell it like it is. I'm so honest. They are hiding so much shit. It's like, that's what I like in my comics is just brutal honesty. And I think that most of them are hiding so much stuff, but they have to because it's like illegal what they are into. I'm just grateful I don't like to fuck little kids or rape people.
And you don't know what the future holds.
You
know what I
never
mean?
know.
You never know.
No
You don't know
one
what your-
wants to be a pedophile.
Yeah, well, I think, well,
I talk
they don't-
about pedophilia in every podcast.
Yeah, that's your thing now, huh?
I don't know why.
Pedo?
I really don't know why I'm so fascinated by it.
Let's talk about.
Wait, I wanted to say the thing about the girl with the big boobs.
Well, we can if we want to talk about pedophiles. I do want to know about the new guy you're dating. Is he underage?
I'm so flattered that you would think
Let's go about the
a
big
pedophile
boobs.
would be attracted to me.
Let's go for the big boobs, and then let's talk about the guy that you're dating. Girl with the big boobs.
Okay, so I was like a chameleon. I would observe the popular girls and I'd be like, what is it about them that every guy is into? And then I would mimic them, but I would always choose the wrong thing. Like a girl would have like a lazy eye and big boobs, and I would just suddenly my eye would just start But I can still do it, like trying to be her. Like
Oh,
I would
that
just
looks- oh,
talk
that's good.
like this, and then the one girl with big boobs kind of like had like a baggy mouth, and so she would like kind of talk like this, and I just started like talking with a slur. It's like that's not why. It's because she had like giant boobs that would like swing and different and like and the girl that got like the funniest girl was the girl that just the
She did this all the time? A crazy face girl?
she would just like laugh and like hijinks, and her boobs were big, and they would just like flop akimbo, and that's why guys thought she was funny, because she would be like, whoa, and her boobs would go like this, and she wasn't actually funny. She just like moved a lot and
What did
had
we
floppy
learn?
boobs.
What do we learn though? Big boobs mean everything.
They mean a lot.
Big boobs mean everything.
I don't like to have cleavage ever or like lean into big boobs, because it would be so awkward for me if we were talking and I caught you staring at my boobs. Like I would call you out and be like, up here, whatever, but I just don't want to distract. I feel bad for men that they're just like kind of like, ugh, like.
But I'm good at like I'm looking at your tit right now, but I looked away. Did you catch it?
No.
See, isn't that great?
But I don't want you to have to like
I looked at it
try to
again.
list. Like
I'm looking at your tits again.
That was good. I couldn't tell. For me, I feel like, they're staring at a stain on my shirt because I'm just like.
Now I'm looking at your crotch.
Oh God.
No, you know what though? I was
You ever
always
stare at crotches?
the big girl. Yeah, this.
Do you stare at women's crotches?
No,
Does
that's
that tell
insane.
you anything?
That's insane.
I don't know.
No, but I do have an app. All guys have an app about which girl has like a beefy puss.
Oh, really?
There's an app. It's
mean-
it's called Check That Puss, and you can hover your phone. Here, do you want me to do it? It'll tell me if you have a beefer. Blah 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 blah. Normal pussy detected.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yours is not working. You needed to go to
Do you have a beefer and I just don't even know?
No, I mean I've talked about it so much on
About
like
your
different things.
About your hooch?
It's not that bad. I used to think it was terrible, but
Yeah.
it really, when you start seeing your friends' vaginas and
That's what it is.
you just go, it's just porn. Made
When
me
you
think
look
it
at
was-
it's for guys, for like a penis thing, like if it's a is it big, is it small? And then once you learn that it's almost everyone's is regular,
yeah.
you go, well, this is nice.
Yeah.
I felt so comfortable about a regular penis after you saw other ones.
You just don't see regular. I mean, I guess you guys do in locker rooms a lot more than
Regular
girls see
penises?
vaginas. We're not seeing vaginas in locker rooms.
No, but it's also it's
They're tucked
also
away.
you're hidden away. Yeah, you'd have
If
to
you're
pull it
lucky.
out. If you're unlucky, you got a little Ren and Stimpy
Yeah, you got a
little hanger,
Yeah.
a little airplane hanger down there.
Yeah, sometimes mine just looks like.
Does it
what
ever
did it
peek
look
out?
like? Yeah, like I like the two. It comes down like maybe like that, like on a good day, like that much, like little, and it's like they look like little dog lips of like sometimes, or like dogs' tongues of like little puppy, like, and sometimes I like touch it and I'm like, oh, it's like a exact puppy tongue. It's actually adorable.
It feels like a puppy tongue.
Yeah, it's not like they're not. I have some friends that have really long labia,
Yeah.
and they get like tangled, they get like chafed, they get dry. Like the older
Tangled?
you get, literally
What is
tangled.
it, like it's hair? Like it crosses over itself?
Yeah, like because
Can
it's
you
just
braid
like
a labia?
with some of my friends, I think you could. My one friend, I mean, I could not. And it's so weird to me because when I saw hers, she had no idea that it was like a thing to be possibly ashamed of. Not that it should
Oh,
be.
well, then I hope she doesn't feel bad now.
No, I told her, I was like, you don't deserve love. Like, I was like, look at I know it was
Nikki.
college. It was college. And I was just on this whole train of like, my labias are disgusting. Like, because I heard that Dane Cook bit of like, he was.
What's
talking,
the bit?
It was really funny, but it was like, you ever go down on a girl with too much lips? And it's like you're lost in the stage curtain of your high school. Like, it was really funny.
And he probably was doing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. And then I realized, oh, maybe I'm disgusting. And then I looked into it and there's labiaplasty and you can have them cut off. And then I finally got drunk one time in college and I confessed this to my friends and they were like, wait, what are you talking about? And then we all compared labia in the bathroom. And then that's when I realized mine weren't as bad as I thought. And my one friend was like, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, I've never had any complaints. One of my friends
Well, who's going
called
to
her
complain? Guys aren't going to be like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I know, but they talk. I have a lot of guy friends, so I started hearing conversations happen
About it.
women that they had hooked up with, and I started going like, huh. And that's what made me so paranoid to hook up was I had too many guy friends that talked freely around me. But I remember this friend called her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, on speakerphone in college and was like, Steve. And he was like, hey, Kat, I haven't heard from you in a while. He was like, what's up? Both at like college parties. And he was like states over. And she's like, hey, I have a question. Like, are my labia long? And he just sighed and was like, I mean, it is what it is. She was just like, no.
Immediately tying the rope to her neck, just like,
Oh,
see you later.
Yeah, she had no idea. And I really did give my friends like this complex about it. But now I don't care at all.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, if you're building a website, you're trying to promote an idea, you're trying to push out some information or show people your talents, Squarespace is the place to do so. It's an all-in-one factory needed to create beautiful sites that you can show off, showcase, promote, whatever you've got going on, whether you're a stand-up comedian who sells stuff online and promotes tickets like I do. That's how I built my spot on Squarespace. Or you're somebody who's an artist. So let's say you're a jiu-jitsu coach. Let's say you're a yoga instructor. Let's say you're an artiste who makes unusual art out of macaroni because you were influenced when you were a child. Squarespace is a great place to build a site. And the best part is with Squarespace, I think, they have all these connected social media accounts, so you can put all that stuff in one. People can find out your Twitter, your Gramola, your TikTok, your Snapchat. You can connect them all in one spot, display posts from your social profiles on your website, and automatically push website content to your favorite social media channel so your followers can share it easily and spread the word of you. They got a great video studio that has pro-level videos. You can edit them effortlessly in the Squarespace Video Studio app. Helps you make and share an engaging videos to tell your story, grow your audience, and drive your sales for whatever you're selling. Even if it's just you got to use Squarespace. Do yourself a favor and head to squarespace.com/whiskey for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code whiskey to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Once again, squarespace.com/whiskey. So you just went out for dinner and you're feeling real sexy and you want to make it the love. But the engine's not turning over. You're out of gas. You got no more fuel. The pump lines are empty. That's why you need Roman Ready. Hey, a lot of guys, 52% of guys between the ages of 40 and 70, they experience some form of erectile dysfunction. Sometimes you're not pulsing like you used to, all right? It's slowed down just a little bit, and ED is more common than you think. The benefits of ED treatment are going to help you reconnect with your partner and rediscover the joy of sex. Roman Ready is confidence personified. Self-assurance that comes with knowing you're prepared yourself for the moment when the intimacy arrives. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, it's going to ship to you for free. All right, with 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward, convenient, and discreet. It comes in a box. No one knows what's in there. No one even cares. Everyone's taking care of their own problems. Mind your own business. Take care of your own issues. Getting started is very simple. Just go to getroman.com/whiskey. Complete an online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving the comfort of your own home. Complete an online visit today. Connect with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and take care of it. There's no worry, all right? It's not that big of a deal. Go to getroman.com/whiskey today, and if you're prescribed, get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you're ready to have confidence and control this season. Roman Ready.
Ginger. I like gingers.
It's
I
not
mean,
a
there is
thing.
a little part of me when a guy goes to touch it for the first time, if it's a first time thing, where I kind of like hold my breath. It's still just a little bit of just insecurity left over where I just kind of go, is it going to be okay? And then because mainly it's about dryness. I feel like because if you add more lips, if you're wet, it takes longer to like seep out.
But how old is your new guy?
He's not new. I mean, we've been dating forever and ever, but we were broken up for like 5 years. He's 41, 40.
So he's
40.
aware of how the
he
anatomy
loves
works
it.
at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as you get older, you understand. When you're young, you hear the word lube, and you're like, ew, that's weird.
I love lube so much.
Well, that's my thing is like, no, I'm saying the anatomy at some age you understand. Lube as a kid, I remember being, or like a teen being like, ew, what is that even for? And then you get older and you're like, it's a necessity.
Men.
And it's a great necessity.
Oh, I love giving hand jobs with like lots of lube. I just like
Well, it
go
can't be
lay
too
back.
much. Because then it's almost like you're pulling scarves out of a hat.
I get that.
It can't be like,
Yeah.
it can't be that crazy.
I don't know. I just like rub it everywhere and like I just, if I do too much, I'd like, but I just love, I used to fear hand jobs a lot too.
Let me see your hands.
Oh, so I can't get this fucking ring off and it's
Go like this. Let me see your hands. They're tiny hands.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Men just never want a hand job. Men mostly don't want a hand job, but if they get one, they definitely don't want one with someone that has big hands.
It's
very intimidating for a woman to if a woman has to grab your little penis with big hands, it feels weird.
Oh, with big hands.
Well, if a girl has a big hand, it's weird.
Oh, and then it makes you feel small.
Yeah, well, it feels like it's,
Yeah.
It's like
I
you're
treat
big-
it like a massage. Like before I used to be like, oh, this is like you got to like jerk them off like and have a certain rhythm. But now I'm just like, no, shh. I'm going to do what I want to do. It's like about,
It's all about you.
yeah, like and that I think turns them on a little bit of like, I get to like just play with it because this is my time.
Well, it's your penis after all. It is your
Yeah.
penis. This new revolution of sex, right? Isn't that it's your penis as much as it's his penis?
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Is that what they're saying?
They're saying that women, I mean, in my opinion, I think women should have penises. I would love for a woman to also have a
You kind of
penis.
do. It's their clit.
Well, but I want a nice, if I want you to have
Would
a
you
nice
ever
thick
be-
one. Go ahead and
you-
ask it.
Would you ever get penetrated by a woman?
No.
No.
I'm such a sensitive boy in my tush. My tush is
Yeah.
so sensy.
Men's tushes are so set. Like you guys eat horrible things and all of your assholes are suffering so much. I had no idea.
Well, because you guys blow out your asshole. Your asshole is built to be blown out.
What? As part of
When
childbirth?
you guys
What are you
have a
talking
kid,
about?
yeah, your butthole it's built to fall apart, to fall to pieces.
That's not true.
Yes,
I don't
it
think.
is.
Really?
When women have kids, a lot of women's buttholes, they there's a lot of breakage and spewage and splattage.
Well, yeah, we could. I've heard that.
You're
we could-
built, you're structurally built to take on way more stress, pressure, and resizing.
right.
Our buttholes were built one size.
But I mean,
One size
haven't
fits
you
all.
passed some things that make you go, okay, I could probably take something back there.
When I was a kid, one time I held my poop for a while.
Oh,
When you kids hold their poop. And then when I finally did poop, it was like a football. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
it was unfucking real. It was like a Nerf ball. And
Yeah,
I
you
couldn't.
like you remember it? Just did it go down the drain?
No, we had to break it up.
We
Yeah.
took a team.
Yeah, I called over some buds.
Do you remember this? I mean, like, was this a traumatic experience?
I had to do it. I think it was at my grandmother's house.
Oh my God, that is the worst feeling. Is when I mean, it's happened to me a lot.
Breaking up poop.
Where you go, it's just not gonna go, and I don't know what to do. And I mean, I've just reached in. Before. There was one time remember Cabin in New York?
Dude.
Do you remember that show, Cabin?
Yes. Where you reach it. Wait, you.
Dude, I was at. This is so gross, but I was at Cabin, this like cool comedy show in New York on 2nd Avenue. There was one bathroom in the whole bar, men and women, and there was a long line, and there was someone in line behind me that I knew. And I went in, I had to go, I went, and it was not flushing. And I was like, I cannot have the
pipes.
person behind me know that this came out of me. So I did a thing I called shittens, and I made like
Shit
toilet
mittens?
paper mittens, and I took it out and I put it in the trash. And I've done that a lot before. I will do that. I don't care
You've
at all.
done this before?
Yes, I would rather do that than be like, I'm really sorry, and like never, and then cut that person out of my life. I just don't want
guess.
someone to see my poop. I know I'm okay with people knowing I poop clearly because I'm talking about this, but
Yeah.
I just don't want to have someone else have to deal with it.
Well, here's what I would do. I would just
yeah,
walk
what would you
out.
do?
I would just walk out and be like, some asshole shit in there, and it won't. I'm sorry. I didn't want to flush it. I don't want to break the toilet.
That is
but
a
it was
good.
Some other idiot.
If you think you're about to do something really stinky in a public restroom, it is good before you go in. When someone walks out and you're walking in, shoot a look to the person that's after you and just go, oh my God, like what? Even no matter what that person, and then you've already set the table. That person did it.
That's true.
Isn't that a good?
You should walk in and just go, oh, come on.
Yeah. Yep.
And then close the door.
And then you make the thing.
then
red.
you make the, oh my
Yeah.
God, come on.
You've
well, that
never-
concludes the poops portion, the poop shit mittens portion of the
Oh,
show.
man.
And if we've lost you,
I don't know. I think we've gained.
yeah, we gained some people
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah.
Look, I want to
Look.
talk about your show without getting too distracted by all these ways that we go down in our little tree root mind.
Okay.
But I do want to know, because last time I talked to you, you were shooting the reality show for E.
Yes.
But now aren't you doing a talk show now?
No.
You're just doing a reality show.
Yeah, just a
Well,
reality
why did
show.
what was all this stuff I saw you plugging on? It looked like your own show.
No, that was
It's just press for your
that's
show?
press for my show. I've
Man,
been doing
he really
press all
pulls
week.
out the fucking
They
big
really.
guns.
I mean, people at E are going to be so sick of me. Like anyone who watches E, it's all the time. You always toe that line of being people needing to know about what you're doing and you being overexposed, and then people actively being like, "Well, I'm not going to watch this now because this is
I
so
know.
annoying."
But what's the balance? This social media makes it hard because you're
I
like,
don't
I feel
know.
like I'm supposed to give you guys shit, but also I'm supposed to promote the stuff that I made for you guys. There is no, like, I just think there's no happy medium. It sucks. You either have to just go all in and dump it all out there because people don't see everything all the time. You know what I mean? So
I know.
they gotta.
But we see.
You feel
all
like
of
you're
our
shoving it down their throat.
Well, I just really always worry about just people
Overexposure.
not liking me because they see too much of me. Like, there's this lovely spot where people go, "You're underappreciated." Like, more people need to know. Like, fans are like very proud. Like, I know how great you are. The world doesn't. And then people just want more of you, and it's like this great place to be because you're making good money, but people think you're under, like
Yeah, it's nice.
and then it's underexposed, and then as soon as you're a little too many places, it turns the other way, and then you're hated. Oh my God, I'm so sick of her. I get we get it, no more her, and then you have to go away for 2 years.
Is 2 years, is that the amount of time?
It's the minimum.
Yeah.
Have a baby, like make some choices that makes you like. Do some things that you can come back and go like, I've grown. Like, you have to go away to like, and then you can come back and reinvent yourself. But I just don't want to have to go away. So I just like to stay at the simmer of like, I don't want to be too
Overexposed.
Yeah, like I think that I got into this wanting to be famous because like I wanted to be like popular and I wanted people to know who I was, and I just realized that's I don't want that anymore.
You don't want fame.
I want money.
Money.
So I can like take care of my parents and put them in a good nursing home and things like that.
Do you buy them stuff now?
Yeah.
What do you buy them now?
I bought my mom a car.
What kind? Brag about it.
I used. I buy pre-owned. So I got her a RAV4, but I'm driving her car now. Like I don't care about like, but I want, if my parents get cancer, I don't want them, my goal, it's nice RAV4 hybrid. It was nice.
You got money, dude. Buy that bitch a Benz.
I don't,
all out, dude. Let her
She would
fucking
not want
live.
it. She would not want it. My mom shops at Goodwill. She was so embarrassed that I even bought her a car. Like she wouldn't have wanted it. We're just
That's so
practical
sweet.
St. Louis people. Like my show is about me, like, and my parents and living in St. Louis. But I want money so that when they get cancer inevitably, and everyone in my life does because everyone gets it, I want them to not be stressed about medical bills because I think that stress of medical bills makes your cancer worse.
For
so
sure.
that's like honestly what I am stockpiling money for is like, I got it.
You're prepping for cancer.
You can be in a car accident and we got it. It's covered completely because I don't want the stress of the money to make your,
What if I told you you're going to die before your parents?
They're set. I think they'll be good. I feel like I save money
When you die,
pretty well.
Do you have a living will?
I think it goes to my sister at this point. She'll take care of them. Yeah.
Would you want that?
Yeah, because
You
my
want
sister
all
has
of it
kids.
to go to her?
Yeah, she'll do what's right. They're really good people, so they'll
Would
take
you ever
care.
leave it to something innocuous, like sometimes people leave it to like their dog or something?
Ugh, disgusting. I mean, I might leave it to like climate protection, like something good, or like
Something
some
good.
animal.
That's fake.
No,
It's a big
if it
corporate
was-
conglomerate. The money gets lost.
Well, I would do the Google where you like check if the charity's like legit.
It's
where
not
like
gonna work. It's
I give it
charities
to
are
like
bullshit.
the fucking animal shelter thing. I don't know.
There's a guy in my old neighborhood, his little coffee shop I used to go to. It'd be kind of wild if I left him all my fucking money.
Oh my god,
Wouldn't that
I
blow his
love
fucking
that.
mind? But then you wouldn't even get to enjoy the idea that he had a good time with it. You just would have to hope.
I know. Do you ever tip and like just go like they don't know that you tip that much? Or like donate anonymously is like the most selfless thing. I don't think I could do
It's
it.
pretty altruistic.
I need people to know.
Every time
Even
I've
though
ever,
that I mean,
well, every time I've ever donated to a whatchamacallit, not a GoFundMe. Yeah,
you do it anonymously.
Yeah, always.
Because it's not as much money as the top. I mean, that's really why I do
It's always
that.
$50.
Do you know that they can see who it is, but just other people
No.
can't? Yes.
Oh,
I know.
fuck. No, I've actually given. There was one time I gave a substantial amount of money.
Yeah.
And I did not want my name on there because I saw other people's names on there that I recognized, and I didn't like it for some reason.
No, if you get to, I'm at a place now when I go to Starbucks, I can throw a 10 in and do it and not worry if they saw it or not. I used to be like really annoyed.
Oh, I
if they
want them to
didn't see.
see.
I mean, there's a part, if I could choose, I would, but I'm not as, I don't want to take it out and put it in again.
Well, look, we tipped a guy. We went out to Mastro's the other night for a little celebratory
For
dinner. It was a little private celebration.
Okay, something's going on.
I'll tell you later. So then we go to Mastro's, we have a nice steak, and the piano player in the downstairs was fucking so loud. We moved upstairs.
Oh.
I mean, this guy was like, he thought he was on Broadway. It's supposed to be background fun, nice, sweet when you go to.
Dun, 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 dun.
But it was like it was.
I hate loud music. In
too
places.
much.
Every time there's a band playing anywhere, it's just too
Turn
loud.
it
Just turn it down. We love it, but like
It's great.
It's too loud.
But it's supposed to be just in the simmer of the back. So we went upstairs, and this guy was wonderful. He was singing like sweet, slower songs, and they were kind of quieter in tone. The guy downstairs was doing like fucking Uptown Funk and shit. I was like, I don't want to fucking hear that one. So then upstairs, this guy's playing nice, softer music.
Like ASMR.
Yeah, it
soothing.
was more. It was more like Billy Joel was upstairs, and downstairs was a nightclub.
Yeah.
So then nobody's up there by the time we're done, and he's there by himself, and no one's really paid him any mind. He's got a 20 in the jar that I know he put in there.
Yeah.
I know he
Get
put
things
that in.
rolling. Yeah.
Mhm. So then he's on his phone. He's like, "Thank you very much. I'm going to take a little break." And he's on his phone, sitting at the piano, and I said, "I'm gonna go fucking throw a twomper in the jar. Just give him a 20 for fun, you know."
Love it.
I do it, and I'm not fucking kidding. I throw it in, and he goes like this. He goes, "Thanks," and looked down at his phone, and I was like,
No.
"I wanted to take it
Oh,
back.
I know.
I wanted to take it back.
Absolutely.
I don't need him to like praise me, but I wanted him to acknowledge and
man.
go, "Hey man, thanks a lot." And I'm like, then I get to go, "You've been doing great."
People.
It was very much this. It was like
It just sucks because it's not like you wanted him to.
I didn't want high praise.
You didn't want sainthood. You just wanted.
I did put my hand out like this when I did it. Was that rude? I said, "Kiss it, kiss it." I just wanted a little bit of back and forth. You want to fake a moment of like.
It's bizarre when people
don't know.
people don't really. There's some people that just don't think and please and thank yous.
Well, maybe it's
something that your
maybe it's
parents would teach you.
generational too. He was kind of a younger guy, and I guess like whenever I got over tipped when I worked in the service industry, which I did for a long time, I was always so gracious because I was like, "Thanks, man," because the last guy gave me fucking $1.
I love tipping in restaurants a lot.
It's hot when you can give something. When you can give like a good fat tip, it's sexy as fuck.
Just-
And they look at you and they go,
But
"Thanks a
tipping
lot."
well is not that. It's you don't have to be extremely rich to tip 40%. I mean, these meals sometimes you're talking about a $40
Depends on how
check.
expensive the meal is.
A $40 check, tipping $12 is so much nicer than $8. It's $4 difference, and that just makes a $4. It can just make a waiter's day and
I'm
just
giving
change.
him, on a $40 check though, I'm giving him 10.
Oh yeah,
I'm giving him 10.
I mean, yeah,
8 plus 2 is good. 10 is, and I'm out the door.
okay.
What's the most you've ever tipped?
You know, like probably $100 extra bucks on a bill.
One time, we were with a big group. They already charged the tip, but we were all drinking. See, this is why drinking is good, kids. And we were all drinking, and and they had already charged, and then we already pooled the money for the tip.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes, "Oh, it's included in the bill. You know, it was a big party, so it's already included." But we were all already like, "Yeah, fuck it, keep
Oh my
it."
god, I get so.
So she was
liberal
like,
with-
"Oh, guys, thank you so. Oh my god," and it was a huge fucking bill. It was a nice restaurant, and there was like 10 of us. So I was like, "Damn, this woman just made out like a bandit." But she was super happy and appreciative, and I thought that's kind of sexy and fun to. It's just kind of fun to make someone go, "Fuck yeah!" And I've got an extra whatever it helps her.
When I used to get an extra $10 on a tip at a restaurant, it would just change everything for me. I would treat people nicer the rest of the day.
The other tables are going to benefit from your.
There's a butterfly effect of just $5 extra that, or for the bussers, you go to Panera and like someone has to wipe those tables. They're making minimum wage. Putting a $5 amongst the trash that they're going to clean up is
Hit
just
them with a $5.
It's a nice little thing to do. If
I
you
go
can.
into the kitchen and I hit the dishwasher.
What about when you're checking out of a hotel? Now, this is the thing that bugs me is when people do not tip the maids. What are you doing?
I don't tip the maids.
Really?
No, I do. I tip the maids.
Okay.
I do, but I don't give a lot. I bet
It's
you
hard,
give more
though,
than
because
me.
you
What do you give?
We're not dealing with cash.
But you're a slob. As a girl, girls
a good point.
girls are slobs.
I will.
You guys
like,
get
over a
shit
weekend,
everywhere.
$20. So like $20 for I don't know. Like I just anytime I check out $20 because generally if I'm there a whole weekend, I'm not having them clean every day.
See, but women are gross. You guys fuck up a bathroom. Your shit's all over your room in Cabo. Your shit's fucking everywhere. Or where were we? Cancun.
Yeah.
Me, it's
Yeah,
I
but
open
when
the suitcase and I live out of it.
All of the stuff gets put away again, but there is like spray tan in the shower
There's
and
cleanup.
makeup. And,
They have
yes,
cleanup.
You're right. I'm
So
squirting everywhere.
For men, I'm barely there. and I
Okay,
sleep
good
on
point.
one side of the bed like a
Oh,
psychopath.
no, I do too. Why do we do that?
Well, they probably just like have to like flip it. They're
I
probably like,
know,
we could
they
just put
don't
this
know.
away. What side's your side? When you look at a bed, are you left side or right side?
Left.
Always left.
Wait, when you look at the bed,
I'm staring at a bed. I'm looking down at a bed.
I'm
I'm
right.
the left side.
I'm right.
Oh, you're over there.
I'm over there.
Oh, it's a match made in heaven. I'm always the left side. I don't know why I need to be that side.
But what if the door is over there? I want like the
I'm
closest
away,
to the door.
Away from the door.
What?
Got to be away from the door.
So you have more time if a murderer comes in to like.
Well, then
figure
I
out what
can
to
get
do.
out of bed faster.
Ah.
He's way easier to get to.
Right.
And I'm-
Oh, I never thought about that. I
And
just
where,
want to
where would you run? To the door? To the murderer?
just start screaming. I don't really have a plan. Fuck. I'm so fucked. I always lock the door on top of the.
And the slide lock?
If they have, I'll do the whole.
If they have them, you'll do
kit
as
and
many.
caboodle. Yep. Yeah.
Not me. I flip the lock and I leave the door kind of ajar,
I'm
inviting
a little bit
someone
worried
to come
though.
in.
Ever since Saget died, I'm worried that if I die in my sleep. First of all, I saw like a picture of his.
He
bed.
didn't die in his sleep, did he?
I think. Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
we don't.
he was.
No one knows.
He was found like peacefully like asleep, and like I saw a picture. I don't know how this got out and wasn't, but it was in the Daily
Yucky.
Mail, and it was a picture of his bed with like his head imprint still in the pillow, and like his AirPods charging, and his like cute little nightstand. And I was like, man, I got to start going to bed with a little bit more of a nice
In case
little
you die
setting,
in a
because
hotel.
mine's like LaCroix cans and like just Kleenex and towels that I've used as napkins that have just weird mystery stains on them. And
You want more of like a Whitney Houston bathroom look, where it's like
was that a
crack
scene?
pipe.
Mine
Have you
looks
ever
like
seen the
Brittany
photo?
Murphy's
Oh, no.
bathroom. When I was watching that documentary, my friend literally was like, "That looks like your bathroom," and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
In here, we pour whiskey.
Spring has sprung. It is upon us now, and your yard is recovering from a cold winter's night. Is it patchy? Does it look like it's balding? Does it look like it's dying? I got to tell you something. Sunday lawn care is incredible. If you're not, if you don't want chemicals, okay, spread all over the lawn because you have little kids or little dogs, I got to tell you something. Traditional lawn care lays down 90 million pounds of pesticides every year, and Sunday is different. Sunday lawn care is great. They're on a mission to change how people care for their yards. It's beautiful, really, what they do. They can help you grow a beautiful lawn without the guesswork or nasty chemicals, which I love. Custom plans include fertilizer and everything you need to easily care for your lawn with ingredients like seaweed, iron, and molasses, stuff that you could just put in your own body on yourself without having to put it in your lawn, scared it's going to do something crazy to your kids and your dogs. Kids and pets, it's safe for them. Best of all, this stuff really works. Attach this ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose and just spray it. It takes 15 minutes. I've done it. It's incredible, and I'm stupid. So you can do it. If you got a lawn and you need to fix it up and make it look nice without having harsh chemicals and nonsense in it, use Sunday. Sunday is offering our listeners 20% off. Full season plan start at $129. You can get 20% off at checkout when you visit getsunday.com/whiskey. You know it. That's 20% off your custom plan. Get your lawn nice and green. 20% off your custom plan at getsunday.com/whiskey. Let me tell you something about the way that I eat. Sometimes your boy's getting some late night Chick-fil-A, and do I get the small batch of nuggies? No, I go for the big box. Look, I don't always eat healthy. I try to exercise and stay in shape. The CDC says I should eat up to 6 cups of fruits and veggies a day, and there's no way Papa's eating that much. I should eat healthier, but we don't always do it. We don't always make the right choices. And I got to tell you something. We really need to change it because our health risks as we get older, they get a little shaky. That's why I take Field of Greens. I started taking this Field of Greens. It's actually delicious. It's packed with full spectrum of essential vegetables and fruits, plus science-backed herbs and prebiotics, okay? This is what I'm using to try to stay healthy. It works fast, and if you're like me, you'll have more energy, you'll feel healthier, your skin will look better. Huh? Am I glowing? And it can help you lose the weight. Keep the weight off. What I'm looking forward to most is my next physical, when my doc compares my blood work, my old lab work, to my new lab work and tells me, hey, you're crushing it. You're killing it, dude. And I'll say it must be the Field of Greens. That's the Field of Greens difference. You should join me. Take the Field of Greens challenge, and I challenge you. The Whiskey challenge you to take that Field of Greens now. Help you get started. I got you 15% off your first order. 15%. Pretty good. Plus, get another 10% off when you subscribe for reoccurring orders. Hey, man. That's 25% if you can do the math. All you have to do is use my code, then also subscribe for a recurring order, and you're going to get 10% more off. That's incredible. Visit fieldofgreens.com fieldofgreens.com. Use the promo code whiskey. That's fieldofgreens.com, promo code whiskey. Field of Greens, promo code, what is it? It's whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
If I know I'm going to die, what I'd
was
like
Whitney
to...
Houston's? I didn't see that.
Well, there was a controversial picture. You know, there was a picture on...
Of her body?
No, of her bathroom image that was used on the cover of... I'm trying to remember what album it was. It was a rap album that...
Oh. Like
Who
the crime
used it?
scene.
Well, yeah, it was like after... And I can't remember who used it, and they got in trouble for it.
Oh, I gotta
On my
see that. I
drawings,
love
they're
that
blank.
morbid shit. But I'm worried that if I die, like, if something happens to me,
Pusha
like
T.
Saget,
Sorry.
I'm worried
I
that
had
if
to say
they'd have to enter my room,
Yeah.
it'll go like, and then the chain will be up, and they'll have to go like through the. I just want them to be able to get in and get my body like out of there.
Out of
I
there
know
as
that's
fast.
like, but I probably will die in a hotel. I work. Whoa! Wait a second! Oh my god!
That's Pusha T's album, Daytona. Or no, not that. Is it called Daytona?
Yeah, that looks like my bathroom. Holy shit! I need to like really
So then
zoom
I
in on
think
this.
Whitney's family got like they got upset at it that they used this photo.
Wow!
Like they asked
That's a
them
cool
not
album
to.
cover.
Isn't it sick?
It's
though?
really good.
That's what I mean. Like you'd want to. It is
Yeah.
called Daytona. I was right. Yeah, Pusha T.
Good job.
They got mad at that. I think if I die in a hotel, like you just said, we might die in hotels.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm gonna go, I'm gonna tuck my cock. I want a mangina. I want them to find me with a mangina. So at least they get a laugh.
Yes.
When they open the covers and my balls
Oh,
are,
they'll get a
my
laugh.
balls and my cock are tucked.
When they open mine.
What's yours gonna look like?
It's just gonna be a night. It's probably I'm on the road. There's
Try to
no
die
guys that
doggy
are gonna
style. If you die, have your ass up, face down, ass up when they walk in. Is that Nikki Glaser? I noticed those little dog lips sticking out. I don't want to die in a hotel. I really don't want to die. A guy died in my, I used to have a joke about that. A guy died in my hotel in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, I was playing the Laugh Factory years ago, the at Tropicana or whatever, and he died on my floor. A guy died on my floor, and they had to take him out.
Did you see like the stretcher? And
No, I was late to the game.
But you know we're sleeping in hotel rooms where people
have
probably
died.
before.
Particularly if you go to Vegas. You go to Vegas,
Oh my
somebody
God.
has died in one of those rooms. In the older hotels, for sure. That's why
You
you got
ever
to
seen
stay.
Ghost?
Huh?
You ever seen a ghost?
Yeah, you know, I've seen what I thought was a ghost in my buddy's house when I was in high school, but it was really just a reflection of myself moving about at night. You've seen a ghost, I know you
No.
have.
I don't think I can see
I
them.
feel like you'd be in touch with the afterlife.
I know, right? I'm glad I'm not. I would be terrified.
Mhm.
But I've been watching this Tyler Henry show.
Who's that?
He's the kid that like talks to people's dead
Oh,
relatives.
I seen
Dude,
this guy.
I was very skeptical of that. And like I don't believe in any of that stuff, but this show has got me. The Netflix show.
Here-
I'm like, wow, there's an afterlife. Like it's really changed my.
But why
worldview.
him? Why would they speak through him?
He doesn't know why. He doesn't. He's
No, but
he's
I'm
just-
saying, why would we think that would be the guy? You know what I mean? You know when you meet someone that's like enlightened, right? If you meet someone that's like kind of like,
why anyone? Why?
but they feel special. Usually people that are kind of, I imagine Gandhi feels very different. Does that guy seem different? Or does he just seem
No.
like a guy that's able to talk? That's why I don't buy it, because magic is so good now. Have you seen fucking some of the like Justin Willman? You know him?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. He's so fucking good at what he
He's
does.
So good.
That when I see that, I go,
This guy is not a showman. He like didn't want this. He's not like trying to get attention. Like it's something that he really like doesn't even seem to really like to have this ability.
it's annoying.
Yeah, like it started when he was really young, and he just would get these.
He rolls his eyes when he hears some
He
ghost.
really like is kind of like go away. Like I don't want to do this right now, because he's constantly taking on these like these dead people coming through him to like say messages, and they're oftentimes like in pain and like in this like stuck in this like world. I mean
Purgatory, right?
yeah, but he doesn't. That's why I believe it. He doesn't seem like someone who is wants attention. Every day he has off from doing shows or giving readings. He stays in bed all day long because it just drains him. He feels like it's aging him. It's like it's kind of sad.
Oh,
But and he
man.
doesn't understand why it's happening. He doesn't understand. He used to get these visions and he wouldn't even know what they meant. And then he started just kind of verbalizing them, and people would be like, "Wait, that sounds like my aunt who I just literally got a phone call about." Like like then he started being like, "I guess I'm talking to. I don't know what this shit is."
Who do you want to talk to that's dead?
I would like to talk to my friend, my cousin who died at 30 of like alcohol stuff, and then maybe like Harris Whittles, Maybe I had a friend
comic.
who killed himself in high school too. Like just some stuff like that.
What would you want to say? What conversation could? That's my problem. Is I don't know how to conversate with people when I see them alive. I don't know what I'm going to say to them dead.
I just want to know. You know what? It's more about me wanting to know that there's something else, or like that they're still around, or that they hear me when I talk to them. Like I'm not an idiot when I like sometimes talk to them, or like I don't know.
Do you talk to the dead?
Sometimes I do.
You don't pray or anything. You know?
Yeah, I do. I started.
Really? What do you think it is?
I do not know. I used to be. I mean, I was raised atheist. I hate organized religion.
But your
I
parents
loathe it.
are.
They're atheist.
Wow.
And I mean, they used to get mad when I would watch Seventh Heaven when I was little. Like they are really anti-religion. I got caught praying when I was living at home with my parents. It's not a joke. My mom walked in my room and I was kneeling next to bed. It was the first time I'd ever prayed. I was like in a really bad place. And it sounds like a bit, but like she walked in and I was just like, ah, Mom! And like, it was like I was masturbating. It was like, she was like, I didn't see anything. It's fine. I won't tell your dad. It was like, it was that taboo in my house.
Meanwhile, have you been caught masturbating by your parents?
No.
Yeah, I
Have
did.
you?
Oh, yeah.
Really? What happened?
My mom walked in. She didn't see anything because I was on the other side of the bed.
Oh yeah, of course.
But
away from the door.
It was, yeah, that's right, on the left side. That's what that comes from.
Yes.
That's where that comes from. That's what my mom said. That's where that comes from. She walked in.
How old?
And I thought it was my sister. And I was like, get out, Katie, get out. And my mom was like, it's me. I'm like, get out. She's like, oh my God.
Wait, did she just see you like?
No, there was
there
was
porn?
porno on the TV. I had a porn tape in.
On
Yeah.
the TV. Oh, that's cute. Where
Remember
did
the
you
old
get the tape?
the old TVs with the VHS? Someone, my buddy had acquired a VHS tape somehow, some way.
Are you still watching porn?
Only on VHS. I'll only watch a VHS porn.
Yeah,
Internet
like
porn
that.
is disgusting. Am I watching porn today?
Yeah, like not. Yeah,
Honestly,
Present
my
time.
love for it has died.
That's good.
Do you know what I like? You know what turns me on the most?
What?
A fast car video. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just jerking
Golf
off.
videos,
Ooh, yeah,
TikTok.
golf videos. If I see a girl that's like a OnlyFans girl or whatever the new version of it is, and her Twitter feed, that's porn to me now. It's hot now. Because their Twitter feeds are kind of like little snippets of porn or like
You
a
can get
piece of sexiness instead of a full-on fucking shoot. They'll give you just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
those little like a little moment that keeps like repeating, like just like their hair will be like.
yeah, like that's more porno to me
Yeah,
than
and
porno.
then just like keeps going back like that.
That makes
yeah.
my cock flutter. That kind
But
of stuff.
that's what I've gotten into on Reddit. You could do like you go in different Reddits of like the things that you're into, and then you click on this thing, and it's called like Red GIF, and you go to that, and it's just all porn GIFs, and
it loops.
and it just loops, and they're just little segments
yeah.
of like the hottest part because. I do the same thing. I'm just like, I jump in a long video. I jump right to the scene that was on the screen grab where I'm like, that's what drew me to this. Where's that happening?
Where is that? Sometimes it's a thumbnail and it's a trick and you don't even get to that thing.
Right. Sometimes it's a thumbnail up a asshole with a fist too.
That I'm okay. Look, and I'm expanding my horizons, you know. I stumbled upon a trans porn. And I was like, this is not for me, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get why it's hot. There was one video I saw the other day, literally, had popped up, and it was like, my girlfriend penetrated me for the first time. And like, they were having sex, and then when he finished, then she had like a full bodysuit strap on. It wasn't just a strap on.
Oh,
it was like
wow.
the strap went like the strap was an outfit.
Oh, right.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
And then that also tied onto a strap on.
Okay.
And that part, it just looks, I just feel bad for the guy. It looks like it hurts. It doesn't look like he's having fun. It looks like he's kind of like, he's like,
Some people like
ow.
pain. That's why people get like tattoos nonstop. They like pain.
I can't. My sister's friend was
I'm
in
a
town and
pain
she
head.
got a tattoo. And then I was like, should I get a tattoo? But I'm not afraid of the pain. I'm more
not either.
afraid of the idea
Permanence?
that I mean, I have ugly skin anyway. I was like, I'm not going to fucking highlight my shitty. I don't want people looking at my
Like
shitty
looking
skin.
closer.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just like, it's a lot of freckles. I don't
Oh my
want
God,
people to
it's
see
so
it.
right.
I don't know. And I don't know what I would get. What would you get at this point?
No, I don't
As
know
a-
either. I was thinking of getting a faded like Dave Matthews tattoo so it looks like
fire
what I would
dancer?
have gotten when I
Oh,
really
that's
wanted,
so
you know, just
funny.
getting it look like to look shitty.
Like a shitty, like the barbed wire tattoo, you know? I
Yeah,
would get
because
that.
it's like what I would have gotten when I was dumb enough to. Because I do like shitty tattoos that are regrets. For a while, I was like gonna get the Chinese symbol for unoriginal, you know, like just jokey ones. But like,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that I care about enough to do that. And I think that I would go crazy. I mean, I wouldn't. I just know myself. It's all or nothing, and I would. Just
Yeah,
go
me
crazy.
too. I would get too many. I do think it'd be funny to have my name tattooed on myself because no one ever has their own name on there. I think Andrew would
Who's
be
Andrew? And
Yeah.
you go, me.
somebody close to my heart. I do think there is something about getting joke tattoos. I get my buddy Nick has 1,000 tattoos, and a lot of them are legit, and some of them are like sweet call outs to things that he loves, and it's so particular and specific. I like it, but I'm just also afraid like of looking at it and being like, like I'm annoyed at fashion choices.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like look at some things like I have on. I came
You'll
from the
regret this someday.
well, I
look
came
back
from the
on
golf
this.
course, so I look like a scrub anyway.
Sure, but someday this will make you go, what? Would people
Yuck.
dress like that? Like everything I do.
You have good style, so you pay attention.
all
The
right.
shoes and the belt and the thing,
Oh,
you know.
thanks. That's nice.
You do. You don't. You're
I'm
never gonna
faking
look
it,
back
dude.
and go yuck.
No, I will for sure.
You
I
think?
Yeah. I mean, I think that we are so confident about fashion choice. You know, eyebrows being.
Why is that a thing now? Everyone wants eyebrows that are flicked up now.
Yeah, they're like.
And I've always had big caterpillar eyebrows.
Yeah.
And people
like
now,
that. Now it's
are
good.
like, that's cool to have big
I
eyebrows.
know, I cut pencil mine in, and then because we overplucked them, but now the overplucking's coming back. It's all cyclical. Like things will always come back. Don't ever get committed to something.
See, that's why
it's
I don't get a
always gonna-
tattoo.
Yeah,
I want to be Ed Asner. When I have eyebrows, I want Ed Asner. You know, from Up. You know, the actor, the guy,
Oh,
the old
yeah.
man. I want him super bushy and
Oh
thick.
my god, mine are so long. I could pull mine down and they like touch my I have to clip them all the time. My eyebrow.
But I think
hairs
it's
are so
I
long.
think I think it's cool to have a lot of bushy eyebrow hair.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they're like you know, like cholas would do like really
wouldn't you-
thin pencil.
What's the thing women do fashion wise or cosmetically that you're just like you don't get and it's not something you like, and it can be something
I
that
don't
I'm
get
wearing, I don't care.
when maybe those jeans.
Men hate these jeans.
Well, no, I don't get
It's
when
fine.
women.
They're like Jinkos, and they're a size too big, and I forgot to return them in time. So
I don't like when I see like a young girl, like, and then by that I mean like in her 20s, like a young cool chick, you know, and they're wearing Air Force Ones now. That's a cool thing for 20 something.
Mm-hmm.
But they're wearing like such dog shit jeans that it looks like sloppy and gross and almost like they're so ill fitting that I'm like, you don't like that, do you? I just feel like I
Yeah.
know it's style.
Yes.
And I'm not saying like I want to see your figure, but it's more like, do you like how fucking ragtag bullshit those jeans? It's like a
Yeah.
lot of denim for no reason.
Right.
It's like when girls are cute when they wear like oversized sweaters, but then if it's too big, you're
I
like,
think we're just rebelling because
You're like,
women
you don't get
always
to see
feel
my
so
figure.
Fat. Like women feel fat all the time because our clothes are
do you
so
feel
much
fat
tighter.
right now?
I feel a little bit heavier. That I've gained a little bit. I don't feel fat, but I feel uncomfortable in all of my clothes because women's fashion, besides these jeans, because they're too big, and I'm like, oh, good. I feel like I don't have to like. I'm not like my skin isn't like, it's.
Yeah.
I'm constant. If I gain 2 pounds, all of my clothes that fit because women's fashion fitting is skin tight, and so when you gain a pound or 2 because your period or whatever, you feel fat. So it's like. I think it's just going the other way and being like, okay, I'm just gonna like swim in these jeans and I'm not gonna know if I've gained weight or not because that's how I know if I've gained weight is like my tiny little jeans.
Don't fit anymore.
Like I remember going to stylists for the first time and being like, I can't do it. And they're like, no, that's the style of like, we need to help you. And I'm like, and it does look good and it makes you look good, but it's so uncomfortable. I'm in a lot of pain a lot of times. 'cause
Yeah,
of
see, I
fashion.
saw there was a woman who was a big girl, and she had on such skin tight shit, and I was like, it was like working it almost, like she
Yes.
liked it like that, and I was like, see, that's a choice too, is wearing it so fucking tight that you're uncomfortable, but you're like, I don't give a shit if you're looking at me. Like her belt was like.
Yes.
And she loved it, and you could tell it was a style. It wasn't like
I know.
this wasn't like I can't afford another belt.
Oh my god! I did this thing for the Grammys on Sunday, and my stylist. They
You looked great. I saw
Thank
that
you,
photo.
but
You looked-
I've gained weight and it's fine. Like I just have to accept it. Went up a size. I was probably too thin before. It doesn't matter. But all the clothing that they picked for my fitting were just all too tight, and except 2 dresses, and that was the one that E picked for me to wear, and it's just all day just sucking, and like you're so uncomfortable, and you're just like, you have to like do this thing where you put your hips back and you tighten in your butt so your stomach goes in. Like I don't even know how to stand to be like as skinny as possible. I'm not good at that
Did
stuff.
they teach you this stuff? Did they talk to you
They
about
really
this?
teach, yeah, because I've talked to models and learned how to like, this is how you pose so that it looks like this way, and I forget it all the time, and I can do it for 2 seconds and then my body goes back to.
So whose fault is it? It's
everything.
Who's at fault? Who's to point the finger at for the way that women feel like they have to look and feel? You know, this idea that like this image of beauty has been put on by blah blah blah. Who really is it to blame? Because don't we just do it to ourselves?
Yes.
So who's to blame, really?
But it's never, I just don't see it getting better. I know there's like this body positivity movement and everything, but like,
We still have skinny supermodels.
I'm trying to work on this fucking bit, but it's, as someone who is a thin person, it's hard to say that society still is not okay with plus size people. It's not okay for me to say that, even though I just don't think they are. Everyone's like, we love plus size women. And you're like, oh, and especially Hollywood, we embrace it now. Okay, name some people. Let's go. And they're
Well,
like
'cause you can't.
Lizzo.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, keep going. They're like Adele. And you're like, before?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Rebel Wilson? Before?
Not anymore.
Now, and we love them when they're bigger, but you better be fucking talented if you're a big woman. There is no, you don't get to be a Hadid level of talent and be a big woman. You better be fucking undeniably great. Whereas if you're a thin woman, you can have little to no talent and no one will bat an eye. But if you are every single big woman that Hollywood has said, we love you and embrace you, they are so exceptional. They are the top tier
But
of
who's
talent.
a skinny woman that has no talent that's on? Go
Name
ahead.
all of them. All of them. The Jenners, the models, honestly. And I'm
Yeah,
not
but
saying
that's- but-
modeling is a talent.
Yeah.
It is tough because anytime I've done a photo shoot, you realize, whoa, it is hard to come up with
their
a fucking
skill
pose.
set is being an entity, but it's difficult because it's like
And they didn't, you can say that it's not a talent. You didn't choose to be born funny. You just were,
Yeah.
like it is something you worked at, but it did come naturally to you. So you can't go like, I hate when people go that deny models don't deserve whatever because they didn't choose it or they didn't work for it, and they do work for it. They work very hard to
well, yeah, they don't.
stay looking like that.
They eat cotton balls.
Yeah, they
Eat
literally
cotton balls
do.
and they smoke cigarettes to
Yeah.
stay skinny.
But
which isn't the worst life. I mean, if I was a millionaire and all I had to do was eat cotton balls and smoke cigarettes and be beautiful,
it would be, it's hell. Believe me,
is
it's
it?
hell. Yeah, I was starving myself for years and years. It's fucking hell. You're in a bad mood. Think about how much of a worse mood you're in when you're a little bit hungry. Like when you're like getting hungry.
I am the biggest. That's why I've gained some weight. I really don't give a shit anymore. I hit this weird ceiling of like I'm still exercising, but I'm not losing my mind anymore. I don't give a fuck.
Good.
I'll have the extra fucking. I'm gonna get the extra.
That's
thing.
when things start like to
I feel
balance out.
better. The only difference is my sleep isn't as good. When I eat really healthy, I sleep amazing. I don't know why. It's just a me thing.
Yeah.
But if I I used to be like, hey man, you definitely shouldn't have pizza right now. Just because you want it, you shouldn't eat pizza. But now I'm like, I like the fucking pizza, but I sleep worse. I feel like shit.
Yeah, that's
the
tough. I
problem
want you
is,
to have
like-
the pizza, but just not all of it.
No, but I do eat all of it.
I know. That's
When
the
you
thing.
get the pizza, you're gonna eat the fucking whole thing.
Not if you're not starving, you won't. That's the problem. We're
know,
always like
no.
starving ourselves, and then because that's just what diet culture is that you go, I'm not gonna have that, I'm gonna be good, and you skip breakfast, and then you go, let me just push it till like 3 o'clock. Like, oh my God, I haven't eaten anything all day, and you like start to feel like your body like I feel thinner, like you're dehydrated, and then you're like, okay, I'll have a piece of pizza, and then you cannot stop
I'm gonna have
because you
9
are so
pieces.
fucking starving. Whereas if you ate a big breakfast and you ate a reasonable lunch and then you had pizza later on, you really would only be hungry for 2 pieces of pizza. And I know that seems crazy. I didn't think so either because I was always like, nah, I'm gonna want the whole pizza. No one eats breakfast. No one eats meals anymore.
Yeah, you don't. Well,
you
who has
just
time?
intermittent fasting has ruined us. It's adult anorexia. It's acceptable anorexia. And you will binge. You will binge, and then you will feel terrible. And then the next day you'll have to starve, or you'll have to run a fucking, you have to go on the treadmill for 7 hours the next day. It's just, and then you injure yourself, and then you're like, it's just.
Then you check into an old folks' home.
Intermittent fasting is just, it just pissed me off so much.
Are you still running, by the way? You used to run?
I run. I don't exercise to lose weight anymore.
Do you exercise at all?
No, honestly.
Look at you.
I don't.
Congrats.
And I don't have to because I'm not starving myself and then binging anymore like I used to. I used to have to exercise because I would go fucking nuts is when I would let myself eat. And I'd be like, I starved all day and I just ate 3,000, 4,000 calories in one sitting. I'm like, okay, so tomorrow I have to run 7 miles so I can even out this day. It was always like just
compromise.
Evening at like, okay, mitigating that calorie intake. And now I just eating breakfast changed my life, which
it's my favorite meal.
It's awesome.
It's the one I won't skip.
Good for you. Most people skip breakfast because you're not that hungry in the morning. I force myself to.
I skip lunch more than anything because usually it's at a time when I'm like, I could just eat dinner. Fuck this. I could just wait to eat dinner later.
Yeah, but then you go fucking nuts.
What's your breakfast order?
I make oatmeal with chocolate protein powder and stevia and like vanilla. It's the greatest. It's like cake it's so good, and it's all low sugar. It's so good.
I have
or a bunch of protein bars.
Eggs.
I'm vegan.
Hash browns.
Oh
yeah, I thought you were vegetarian. Vegan.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
I mean, just eat stuff.
I just feel I can't. It just like makes me so sad that there are like animals that are like scared out there because I'm like, I want egg whites. Like there's a chicken that's just like I love birds and I had parakeets growing up and parrots. And then one day I was like, wait, chickens are like my baby birds that I used to care about. And their whole life is just like.
Yeah, they're panicked.
Like they have animals that we eat have not 1 second of like feeling like when your dog
cows.
No,
they
factory
hang out.
farmed. No, the cow on the little carton that looks happy is like that. But cows the whole time are like, and they're crying. Like dairy cows are pulled from their mothers right away. They're mourning the loss of their children constantly. We eat things that are in panic their entire lives, and we think we don't ingest that stress.
Probably.
That's why you go to.
That's why we have cancer.
Honestly, that energy of an animal, its whole life being like your dog. You know when you have like a dog, like a rescue dog. That's what made me go vegan. When I got a rescue dog, and I saw how like this animal is so scared and just shaking.
What about really stupid animals? Turkeys are very stupid.
They still are scared and want their moms. They still do.
What about
fish?
But what about fish?
Fish have feelings. They feel pain and they want to live. And fishing, the problem is, listen, I do believe
So will you
fish
catch a fish and put it back?
I would never fish. I've never liked fishing. It's just so, and most fish, when it's a catch and release, most of them, it's like 60% die from the wound in their mouth.
Well, also because people mishandle them when they're, But
Yeah.
I think good fishers
It's
know
the
what they're
netting.
doing.
It's the fishing
Well,
nets
that-
is what just animals getting caught in that shit. And it's just gross, I saw a literal bird when I was like filming F-Boy Island 2 coming out this summer. There was like a bird.
You
We were
doing
trying
that-
to clear
they
the
did that
shot.
again?
What?
They did that again?
Yeah, they did it again.
They did it again.
They did it again.
F-Boy Island 2.
Yeah, can I promote my shit? Well, I
No.
saw a bird with it literally had like the 6-pack ring around its neck and like a wire around its. I was like, this looks like we're shooting a commercial for Greenpeace, but it's like in the wild. Like this shit is real.
Yeah.
There are really animals with this shit all over it.
Well, and I think that's bad. Polluting is bad, but I'm still gonna.
I don't care. Like I used to be like needing to shame everyone about
Well,
it.
I'm gonna
and
die. I'll die before you. The good news is your health will probably last longer than mine.
I'm not doing it for that though. I really am not.
You're not doing it for the health at all.
No, honestly, no.
Why-
Because I miss all that stuff. You think I don't miss feta cheese and an omelet and just and crab legs and a fluffy piece of fish and chicken? Like I miss it all.
crabs
It's
have
so
feelings?
fucking good. Yes.
They do.
Well, you see, a crab will scurry away from you. I mean, people are rolling their eyes at me, and everyone fucking hates vegans. But I'm okay with. I'm super. I have a lot of friends that are into it. It's just that
It's like religion.
you
to
don't
me.
get to do everything you want. I do miss those things, and I will not deny that they taste good. But to me, I just like it's just like alcohol. Like I had my fun, and now I know the truth about it and what it's doing for the world in my life. And I don't get you.
and
I
it's
just
gotta
go,
be
Nikki,
done.
you had your phone, and I have to kind of think about that. I'm really struggling with monogamy, honestly, and being
Yeah.
like one person for not only for me, but for like the guy I'm seeing. I'm like, forever.
Do you tell him
This
that?
is yeah,
What
and
does he
that's why
say?
I always am like, I don't have a problem with him hooking up with other people because I really truly feel that it's not about me being like I'm not enough. I feel like part of the reason I love him is because he's such a sexual person, and that's what drew us together. And that if he wasn't able to like have that kind of spark and joy for like, you know, approaching women or like just flirting with women or like the way that we first got together was so like steamy and hot. I like want other women to like feel that, and I want him to feel that like surge of like the first kiss and
Wow.
stuff. That it feels like to me, even though it would be difficult, even though it wouldn't. I'm just saying that because people are like, Nikki, you're just trying to sound cool. I'm not a jealous person, and I just think that sex is kind of like some sex. I think obviously the sex that we have is different than sex he would have with some girl he meets.
You think he'd have sex
On a
with you, but he
bachelor
would
party.
fuck some other girl?
Yeah, like I want her to have a good time, and I don't think he's gonna fucking fall in love with her. I just don't. And if he
Because
does, then
you're-
go be with her. Like I don't
Right.
want to ever keep someone. But there is a part of me I was realizing like my okayness with him going to do that was a little bit of projection because I'm scared of like I'll never get to have a crush again and be like, and the first time that like, our arms touch, and I'm like, oh my God, like is this happening? And the first time we like linger with a look, like all of that stuff, and then the first time we officially like kiss, like that stuff is exciting. That is the best feeling in the world.
That's hot.
It is the best feeling I've ever felt. I've always said like, for me, if that's my favorite drug is that initial like that arm touch of like, oh, he's leaving it. So am I. Oh my God. Now we're like leaning into it. Oh, like that feeling. If I could buy it, I would. But you can't. It's the only drug I cannot purchase. And I
Right.
would if I could. But there's just you can't fake that.
But I get what I'm.
And I get worried that I'm like, how am I? But then I go, Nikki, you had your fun. You had your
have you
chance
said
to
that
do
to
that.
him? He could fuck somebody else.
Yeah.
And what does he say? Come on, I'm not gonna fuck someone else.
No,
Or does he
like,
say?
he knows that I mean, he's ventured out and done. He doesn't fuck anyone else because that's like, well, I mean, that's his business. But I'm very into hearing about it and stuff. So it's like it's a part of our.
It's not a don't tell me. It's a I need to know.
It's like it's not
it
like
turns
don't
you
tell me
on.
before, and I don't want to look at pictures and be like, is she thinner than me? I'm just like, I want to look at pictures to be like, good job. Like
Well, do you want to see who it is, or do you just want to hear
Yeah.
what it was?
I want both.
You want to also physically
But
see
I don't
it.
want to be in the closet like and be like, oh, cucked. Like I wish I could get fucked. Like I want to be like,
Seeing it's a little
good
masochistic.
job.
No.
it's a little bit maybe, but it's not.
You-
It's not because I feel like I'm not as good as her. I'm just like, oh, I'm so glad like this guy that I'm with is so. I'm like impressed by his talents in that
Is
way,
there
and I want him to
rules?
share it with the world. What?
Are there rules?
No, because honestly, if he were to have it, yeah, I could make rules about like don't have an emotional connection, don't text. Yeah, like just be open. Just tell me the honest truth. If you fall in love with this girl, which is not going to happen because he's in love with me, and like I just know the girl going in would know he has a girlfriend and that it's not something he's looking for as like
Sure.
a relationship. But if they accidentally fell in love, which I don't think would happen because I just know him so well, I would just have to deal with it. But I think it's much more likely in my experiences of being with men with girlfriends and situations, men are more likely to fall for someone else when they are having to hide it. And
They're
but
more
like
likely to fall. Oh, right. You're saying
I want a guy to
right.
be able to be like, I have a crush on this girl at work and I don't know what to do about it. And there will be a part of me that goes like, you have like that dies inside. But then that to me says like he's trying to protect us by saying that. It would be very difficult for anyone to do that, to tell that, but I want that kind of openness.
I dig your honesty about it too. I feel like I get crushes on people in general so much. And maybe that's a comic thing, but like I get so much. It's less I get crushes on like another chick.
Yeah.
Some I like I got a crush on this new guy. That's
Yeah.
like a friend.
I get crushes on girls too, yeah.
Yeah, but you're like, I just have a new friend and I'm so excited. I feel like a kid again about
Yeah.
it. And I get so many crushes on people that's my biggest thing, that I really start to sucker myself into liking someone. In fact, I had a crush on someone, a buddy that, I was like, and then I said something like, that's how you treat a friend in a jesty way about this thing we were supposed to do. And he bailed. And then he was like, we're barely friends. And I was like, oh my God.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it hurts so
That
much.
sucks, dude.
And what if I texted him back and I was like, I had a crush on you.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, the way he said it was mean. And I don't think he meant it mean.
Oh.
But it fucked me up for a little
Yeah,
while. It's literally stuck out in my head.
I love that you just said that because I think people can relate to that. Like that I can tell that affected you.
It bummed
you
me
were
out.
excited about it.
Because I really liked him and I always was like really nice and cool to him and like also
Is this a
like
famous person?
relative, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, is respected in their field.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh, that's a fucking mean thing to say.
It is a mean thing to say.
Also, because I thought, why are we texting then as buddies? Is that? And then I
We're
said,
barely friends. Is he not a comic because he's probably
no,
trying
he's not
to
a
be
comedian.
funny?
No, he's not a comedian.
He's probably intimidated by you and trying to be funny back.
He's pretty successful in his own little thing. But it's just kind of weird. And I said to my wife, I was like, I had said that to her. I was like, yeah, fuck him. I was immediately like annoyed by it.
Yeah.
And she goes, nah, that's a protection thing that he's doing. That's him protecting something. And she goes, you don't even know what that's about.
It's not about you.
Yeah. She's like, you have no idea what that's about. And I go,
So
okay, that's
right.
true. And then what she said was even more true. We had a full hour conversation at dinner about it, about the idea of what friendship means. She said, well, what do you think friend means anyway? When somebody goes, we're not that good a friend. And I said, well, I don't know, because now at 38, a friend means a lot of different things. When we were 22 and we started comedy, your best friends, you all hung out. I was talking to Soder about that. You know, like when he was close with like him and Bargatze and List and all those guys, and they were always hanging out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get older and we all have lives and we're busy and you da-da-da. It's like the definition of friendship changes so much as you become an adult. And you kind of aren't prepared for it when you're young. Because you have to want to tell your young self, like, friendship's going to change.
Yeah.
It's not someone you're going to see
people
every
get
day.
Families
And busy.
Busy, yeah.
And you kind of want to tell your young self, like, enjoy the fuck out of those friendships. Because it's harder to see people and to capture those moments when you get older. It's kind of like the conversation really kind of put everything in perspective about this guy. And we're still cool, but I do treat him a little bit differently now.
Yeah, I would too.
It's just a little bit more like distant. Like, it's
Yeah,
okay.
good.
We can be what your idea of this is.
No expectations anymore
No,
for
it's
this
okay.
guy.
And that's
You got it
okay.
a little built up.
And I'm trying to do that more.
I can be the person who has like a really great interaction. Like I'll be on set all week with like makeup artists or, you know, just a PA or like something and just have like such a good connection, especially on these like long shoots. And then that when I'm out of town, it does not continue. I'm really not a good friend out of town. Like when I'm there. And it's tough when you have to kind of, I just don't have time. People are like, I want to hang out with you. I'm in town. And I'm like, I don't see my family enough. Like I just can't, it's hard to make time
But
for
let me
friends.
put it in
I
a
like
better
being alone a lot.
perspective.
Yeah.
Because I'm like that too.
Yeah.
It's living in the moment. I think I've attributed to more like, if I'm with you and we're together doing a thing, I'm with you right now.
Yes.
But then when I have to leave, we all have to leave.
Yeah.
It's almost like you can't take the party with you. So if someone's like, when I'm on a show or on a shoot, you know, and people are like, we're a family, and you are kind of super connected.
Yeah.
But then when you have to leave, you do have to go on. Other people are doing other shit. So I look at it positively.
Hate the end of things.
Well, it's the
I
worst.
get so sad, and I don't like goodbyes. I usually just
Like when you leave, when you were doing F-Boy Island, did you make strong enough connections where you're like, oh, I am going to miss seeing this person?
yeah. But I didn't want to go like bye. Like I hate goodbyes so much that
I'm the worst.
I avoid. I will like, you know,
You're
the
the
Irish
same
exit.
in that regard.
I just
leave.
go.
I leave.
It's called like people have called me on it. They're like, oh, she's Glaser exiting again. Where it's like I also don't understand the thing of like, so if we were like hanging out, like I'd just go, we'd be in the middle of a conversation. And I go, well, I'm gonna go, and then I would start going. I don't believe in this whole thing of like, so I'm gonna like I don't understand how people leave. I just know when I want to go, and then I get up and go, and people feel like it's so rude. But
No,
I
you
just
should
don't
go.
like this long goodbye of like having to go around the
Well,
party and hug everyone.
No,
and-
I don't. I Irish goodbye every party I've ever been to, and that's just because what I like to do. And then I say goodbye to the few people that I want to go. Hey, I'm gonna sneak out.
Yeah.
That's my way of telling you.
My therapist told me I was really scared of goodbyes. And so when I tried
Well,
to
I
fire
don't
her,
like
she
it.
was like, we need 3 sessions of saying goodbye. And I go,
Nah, this is
No,
just for money, bitch.
exactly. She was totally
Yeah.
trying to just like keep me. And so there
No.
are 3 more sessions where I can like get you back. But she was right. Like there's something about it that just, because it reminds me of death. It's like, we'll never be at this place again. These same people will never be here again. And like, it reminds me of, it's all me being scared of dying because I just hate the finality of like never having these same people. Next season, we might come back next season. We might be in the same place. shooting the same show, but there's going to be different people here.
That's
And
so
it's just,
funny.
it makes me so sad.
Maybe I have the same. Maybe you and I are the exact same in that regard. Maybe
gotta go.
Well, I know I'm scared of dying. I do think about it all the time.
I didn't realize I was.
Oh,
I don't
I
think
know.
about it all the time, but everything points to.
I think about it all the time. I think about it constantly. I'm like, oh, I am gonna die. I'm gonna die at some point. I think it's also that I don't want to, like I don't like rap goodbyes. When you rap on a television show and they go, "That's a season wrap on Andrew Santino," and then the whole crew has to clap and all that stuff. So I always go up to the AD, and I always go, "Hey, don't give me a clap out." Like this last season we did a Dave. I was like, "Please don't clap me out," and they were like, "Really?" And they're kind of annoyed because it's kind of a tradition. But I always say, "Please don't." And then people get a little. It's funny. It's out of respect because I don't want the crew is doing a job and I'm gonna like drop something and be like, all right.
Oh,
here
the
goes
guy
this.
that's making more money than us.
Yeah,
we have
gets
to
to
now
go home.
applaud him for,
But they don't look at it that way.
No, it's
That's what my mom said to me. She goes, "You're looking at it like
You're
Andrew
taking
looks
that
at it."
from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, "Just give me a small, quick one." If because he kept saying, he was like, "Come on, man, you gotta fucking say goodbye." Okay. So then I said, instead, just give me like a small, quick goodbye, and then I'll just run around. And I literally ran. I was like, "Goodbye, goodbye, 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 goodbye," for fun. And they thought it was funny, but in my mind, I was like, "Oh, this is good. I'm taking care of the thing. I need to."
That's
I was like,
good.
"Bye, bye, 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 bye," and then I just ghost into the night because I feel like, I don't know, I don't need to make a parade of the whole thing.
I know.
I don't
It's
like it.
because it's I think it's because of fear of death.
Well,
Because
we're
it's a
afraid.
goodbye and death is the final goodbye, and that's what we're really scared of. And so these are just little deaths of something that was, and we just don't like it. We just don't. We want to be in denial of it.
Well, you and I, I've said this before and I'll say it again. You and I are never going to die. We're never going to die.
You have said that before.
Yeah.
And I don't think I will now that Tyler Henry I know will. I'm gonna keep working. Actually, that's gonna be my IMDb credits for the rest of time is showing up on that show in different ways. Betty Davis was just on the last episode.
Really?
Her fucking spirit came on. She's still booking things.
God bless Betty Davis. And thank you for being who you are and contributing to the business that we love so much, Betty Davis, and being sexualized. All right, Nikki,
Andrew.
thank you so much
there
for
you go. I
coming
called you
again.
Andrew.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Nikki?
Andy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't. I'll shoot you. This is a real gun.
I know it.
All right. I love you.
I love you.
Everybody, please watch season 2 of F-Boy Island.
And season 1 of Welcome Home, Nikki Glaser? Question
Well,
mark
can I
on
get there?
E.
Can I fucking do it? Please watch season 2 of F-Boy Island, available on
It's not. It's going to be on HBO Max
HBO
in the
Max
summer.
in the
But
summer.
it hasn't come out yet.
Let me do it. And then please watch Welcome Home, Nikki Glaser's new E show.
Welcome Home, Nikki Glaser? Question mark.
I said that.
Yeah.
And it's going
It
to be
was
premiering
implied.
on E this
May
1st. May 1st. Is it really?
Yep, May 1st.
So please watch that. It's on E.
Please fucking watch it, you guys. I know.
People are going to watch it, dude.
If anyone likes me and like wants, I don't make any money from it. I'm really not going to become famous from the show. It's just I get to hang out with my parents and like
You probably spent money on that
You know what?
show.
If you aren't able to tip people, just watch me on E. Like it'll be you're doing a good deed because you're contributing to me making not a lot of money and hanging out with my parents. It's just will make me feel good, and it really matters. People watching this show, like
and your mom and dad are on it,
ratings.
which is huge for them.
Yeah, it's just me with my family and Andrew, my roommate, and
Who's now in love. And I can't,
Yes.
and it's all over the internet now.
I know he needs to remind us.
Shout
all
out
the
Andrew
time.
Collin that he's
Yes.
moving. He moved in. I know we can tell that they moved in because they're together. He's gonna be so mad that I'm talking about him now.
He won't hear it.
He's in love.
He
and,
is in
and I'm
love.
happy that Andrew Collin is in love. Good for them, dude. I hope it lasts forever. What is her name? Brenna. I couldn't get it out of my brain. It was circling around. Are they podcasting? Are they podcasting together?
Yeah. She's
They have a new show together?
It's his old podcast, Puddles, but she's like his. She doesn't want to be a co-host, so she wants to be a weekly reoccurring guest.
Oh
So
my
she's
God.
it's cute.
All right. Well, shout out to them.
Yeah, they're great.
Nikki, go to nikkiglaser.com for any of the tickets that you need to acquire to watch Nikki
And my
on the road.
podcast.
Listen to her podcast. It's
The
called
Nikki
Nikki's
Glaser
a Filthy
Pod-
Slut Bucket.
No, that's my special coming out
Oh,
July
What's your-
16th on HBO.
what's the new pod called?
My podcast is the Nikki Glaser podcast, and I have a special coming out on HBO July 16th. I think.
What is it called?
Good Clean Filth.
Good, Clean Filth.
Yeah.
What a good, sweet little princess. Look inside of that camera.
Yeah.
And you right when I called you princess, you went, yeah.
Yeah.
Look into that camera.
Yeah.
We end the show the same way. One word or one phrase is going to take us home. When you're prepared and feel ready to go, you go when Nikki's ready.
Wait.
One word or one phrase. It's going to end the episode. And it's embedded in history forever, which is good. We're creating an archive of this. It's going to end up inside
Okay.
a museum one day.
Fish have feelings.
In here, we pour whiskey, whiskey,